How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the live stream. Oh, we got a live. Hello.
Hello. Check this out. Isn't this cool?
Say what?
Have you seen this? Read it. Let me know what you think. So what do you think?
It's very hard to see.
You can't see it? That's too bad.
Well, what I do?
You want me to read it for you?
Yeah.
Has to defend a town against 150,000 troops. Has only 100 of his own troops. He throws the gates wide open, sits on top, and plays a lute. Enemy general thinks it's a trap and leaves. This happened in China.
Wow.
Sometimes you got a YOLO like that.
Mm.
Now you know.
How are you?
Good. What's your TikTok about?
My TikTok?
Yeah, you're famous. You
Um,
got 1,000 followers.
yeah, I do. Over 3,000.
Yeah. Hey,
I
Rami.
I just
Let me.
I just do dance moves. I do there's a few part of the LGBTQ ones I did.
Cool. Okay.
Um,
All right.
what
Well,
else?
I'm
What else?
crypto and like real estate and stocks. Have you ever invested? You're above 18?
I'm 18, yeah.
Okay. So you probably have never bought a stock yet, huh? Have you?
No. Nope.
Nope. You've heard of cryptos though, right? You've heard of Bitcoin, right?
No.
No? Wow. Well, if you want to learn about financial education, come back on my live stream, and that's like what I normally do. We do like financial education stuff.
Yeah, I am like part of like education and stuff because my mom is part of like CCAC and
Nice.
all that. Oh
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about education. I deal
Cool.
with it in the past, so
Nice. Well, yeah, just hit me up. Hit me up if you ever have any questions on cryptos and stocks. I'm gonna give you a follow. I'll come by and check out some of your other live streams. But yeah, if you ever want to do that, let me know. And I'll have weird historical stuff too.
so
All right, nice talking to you, man.
you
Appreciate
too.
the call.
All right. I'm trying to get what's his name. Oh yeah.
And then I gotta get off. Hi. I'm actually wrapping up like in a couple minutes because I gotta go hang out with the kids and make dinner. Fun times.
Got to be
Hey,
a mom.
where's Annie?
Annie
Yeah, I
made me
know.
dinner. She made me dinner, so she's just we're about to eat in a little bit, like 5 o'clock. We're gonna eat.
That's awesome. That's so nice.
Yeah, yeah.
What did she make for you?
Chinese food, like really spicy. I love Chinese food. She's an
Who
OG.
doesn't love Chinese food?
Yeah, this is like mainland Chinese, the OG stuff. I took her to like Panda Express and what is it, pickup sticks. And she's like, this is not Chinese.
No,
So,
it's yeah, totally. Someone was just asking about trading volume. Um, Okay, so when you're looking at trading volume, look at average volume. Like how like all most brokerages will show average volume compared to like volume right now. If the volume right now is like in on a trading during trading hours is like much higher than average volume, something's happening with that stock. Um, and trading volume means like how many people are like trading that stock in any given moment. Like I have bought stock. Like I bought Ocugen, which was like a micro cap, pharmaceutical company that like popped up to like $12 like earlier this year. It went from like 1 to 12 like overnight. And like the volume on it was 1 billion when it was like $1 a share. And so I just scooped up like, 200 shares because I was like, anything that is 1 billion trading volume, something's happening and I want to buy it. Like that's a big deal. So yeah, that's my spiel on trading volume.
So someone from my group wants to know about your, in my comments, they want to know about your startup, right? You mentioned in one of our live streams about a startup.
Yeah, my startup is Just Capital Investments, and the goal is to offer like instant on demand advice and analysis to the mainstream market and the retail investor. And I need to actually develop an app, two apps. But think of it like telehealth, but for investing. So, like with telehealth, you can call anytime, like, do a video call with the doctor. So I'm hoping to get a pool of like legitimate advisors and analysts who could just be on demand to answer anybody's questions anytime. You don't have to sign the contract, a contract. You don't have to like, give away like a percentage of your assets to have an advisor. You could just have an advisor like, for a minimal amount of money. So that's the basic idea.
So what's the minimal amount? What would be the fee?
Oh, the pricing fee? I mean, I have actually priced this all out in a business plan, but it has to be based on a subscription model. Unfortunately, like that's the only way to make it sustainable. So the
Can we
subscription
make a
model,
can we make a $1 a month tier, and I'll be the advisor? I'll do all of them.
a $1 a month.
Yeah,
Oh my God. You would cap
$1.
out so hard. You would have so many people coming to you for
Yeah,
advice.
whatever. They have
You'd
to come on
never
my
have
live
time.
stream. This is a good way to pump my TikTok. I'll do it. $1 a month. $1
I
a month.
mean,
99
seriously,
cents. 99 cents. I'll
you
do it for
should be
90.
like
Huh?
you should totally be like the like assets building real estate like advisor. That would be awesome.
Okay. But yeah,
Um,
I'll do it for 99 cents. The only requirement is that they have to also go on my TikTok, and I'll do live streams. I'll do it all through TikTok Live.
oh my God, I love it. I love it. Oh my God. Yes, that's so cool. Tell them if they want to do like, Series A funding, I'm open. I will take your millions of dollars to start this business.
Okay.
No, I
Well,
really am though, like knocking on doors right now. Like it's intense and it's
I have this
hard and
bank.
I don't
It's
know.
called it's called Interactive Brokers, and it lets me borrow at 1%. So you can count me in. I would be an interested investor, and depending on how good it is, the more money I ask Interactive Brokers to give me.
Oh my
But
God, it's
I
amazing.
don't want to buy more stock, to be honest. Some of my stocks are going up, and if obviously the market continues to improve, I don't want to buy more stocks. I would be more interested in investing in like a startup, like what you're talking about, and I'll just take a
Yeah, and
margin loan on my stocks that I already have.
you're also doing so much with
Wow, we
real
got other
estate
people.
too, which I totally would do if I had more capital. So I mean, that's a whole other game.
So we have some people interested in the live stream. So yeah, just give her a follow, and if you like her content, maybe we create our own little VC fund, my community. We get in on this.
We totally should. Like, let's crowdsource this shit. I'm all for it. I wonder if we could actually do that through TikTok. I bet we could.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know what the regulations are
so
with the SEC, but if it's a private LLC, I can't imagine like if it's an LLC and you're just gonna sell like a certain amount of shares. I think that's I don't know.
oh my God. I have a coder, Whittington. He's amazing. You should totally follow him, Dean. Um, he's like, I'll develop it. I'm like, yes, that would be so cool. I mean, I will need developers for sure. Okay, so I have to go because my 4-year-old is like totally melting down. I'm just shoot myself in the
Can we
head
have
right
you
now.
come back on and I'll another time to talk about the startup? I'll have you come back on.
Yes. Oh my God,
Okay.
totally.
All right, sounds good.
Um,
I'll coordinate you
yeah,
via text. Okay, cool. I'll talk to you
that
soon.
sounds good. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Bye. YOLO don't sell. I got my boy back.
Huh?
Dude, it's because I'm ADD. And I have the Chinese dictator right here. Oh, the Chinese dictator, come back. They want to see your food.
What?
They want to see Annie's cooking. Can you explain how you borrow that much? Yeah, I went to a Chinese bank. Hold on, let me pull up my Chinese bank, guys. Let me go down the rabbit hole of the China. I'm sure you guys all want to hear about my $1 million loan. Oh, there we go. I'm starting to get into venture capital. Yeah, dude, I like that app of having like a robo advisor. Or not a robo advisor, sorry. Just have a normal advisor. But a robo one would be better. A robot one. I would like to have that. All right, let's see who else is on. Let me pull up my staking. Okay, yeah. I do basically. It's technically not staking because my investments are liquid, where you can like sell them. The Chinese loan was $1 million. It was a dope loan. Um, but let's talk about staking first, and then I'll talk about the Chinese loan. No, I don't know. I think the robot advisor would be like, do like 5% on a meme stock. There's nothing wrong with doing a meme stock, but meme stock should be like 5% of what you invest in. The easiest way to learn how to invest is you want to buy high quality assets you can get a loan on. A good amount, just because it encouraged me to buy the dip. Because I was doing that loan and getting that much cash out of my real estate, it actually encouraged me to buy a lot of stocks. And we all know in 2000, it was like one of the best times to ever buy stocks because you had that coronavirus dip. And I actually did the SBA loans. The SBA loans really helped me. I don't know if you guys have followed me. So the SBA was awesome because I did 4 loans for $25,000. The SBA loans last year, I got them in May of 2020. Sorry, May of 2020. And getting 100 grand that you don't have to pay back in a bull market was dope. So I think that was the best loan I got, was the SBA loans. But yeah. Let me see if this guy is down. Send him another invite. Yeah, you just gotta know when it's.
Hey man, we got $1 on this fight today within the next 30 minutes. Who's
Nice.
that behind you? Is that one of the fighters? Oh, I thought that was Logan or somebody. I was about
I'm
to
gonna read
say,
it.
man.
Let me read it. It's actually kind of epic, okay? So this is like a famous Chinese general has to defend a town against 150,000 troops, okay? He only has 100 men. So he basically just throws the gates wide open and sits on top of the gate and plays the lute. And the enemy general thinks it's a trap and he leaves with his 150,000.
Wow.
Sometimes you just gotta not give it effort. Oh shoot, they're talking about my
Dude,
SBA loan. Yeah, you gotta pay back the SBA loan. My payments started, but they're only like for each loan it's $100 a month, so it's super chill.
tell me,
What
I'm
were you
about to
doing?
get use my first FHA loan to buy a property, a multifamily in Florida by the
Congrats!
end of the year.
Congratulations,
Right?
dude. How old are you?
So glad. I'm 20. I just turned 20.
Dang, dude, I'm really impressed. Making moves, doing an
Uh,
SBA loan at the age of
I've
20.
been, I've been renting for like the past 2 years, and I realized how stupid it is.
That's
Like,
awesome.
hopefully, I can find a nice deal. I heard something about. I don't know if you know anything about it, about that tax credit.
Oh yeah,
Biden.
Biden's trying to pass it. He hasn't passed yet, so you might want to wait and see if he can pass it.
I don't even know how to. I don't even understand how to use the tax credit. Like, I don't get it. I read it once and I was like, what?
Well, you got to wait for the law to actually pass. It's just all right now a promise. So once a law passes, then you might get the tax credit. But there's other benefits you get for being a homeowner, especially just having the mortgage. There's a lot of tax deductions in the mortgage. So,
Looking forward to it. Are you spiritual, my brother? I mean, I'm Christian.
oh
I don't
yeah,
know
so
what.
my girlfriend Annie's super Christian, and I guess I believe in all religions. So I believe in Muhammad, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, cows, like all the gods. I believe in all of them. But I think my favorite is
So
Jesus because I think Jesus was a surfer, and I like how Jesus wasn't materialistic. It's like kind of like I see a lot of hypocrisy in a lot of Christians because, like, think about it. He was the son of God and he had no material items, right? No Range Rover,
yeah,
no Ferrari. But then you do have those pastors, with like the private jets. And it's like, I don't get it,
uh,
bro. I don't get that.
I mean, there's corruption in the pastors, though. Definitely, I done seen it as well. It's
There's a lot of
crazy.
good. I mean, I've worked at a church where we feed homeless people. I've done like a mission trip through the church. We went to Mexico and built homes. So I've seen a lot of good in the church, but I've also
Yeah,
like I went to a Catholic school. Go ahead.
I said the churches around here just go to like the local neighborhoods that are down bad.
Yeah. But I also went to a Catholic school where like the priest was caught like taking donation money and gambling back in the day.
One of my uncles just became a pastor, and I was like, dang, like
Nice.
where's this money?
That's awesome. But okay, so people are asking about loans, so that's good. We had some loan talks. Who did you do you know who did you go to get your like have you talked to a lender yet or do you have questions
No,
on that?
I haven't talked to any lenders yet, actually.
Okay. I always recommend just talk to the one at your bank because usually the banks will already hook you up.
I,
Um,
I don't bank, man, because I got one of the worst banks in the world. Like these people done held my money so many times. They done messed up, gave me money for their mistakes. They done did
wow.
so many screw ups. It's like our state bank. It's like a state bank. It's so ass. I don't think I would trust them.
So you could do one of the big banks. I mean, do you have like a Chase, a Wells Fargo, Citi, Bank of America? None of them?
America though.
You have B of A?
No.
Oh, what state are you
I'm
in?
think I'm in South Carolina. Who do I think was winning the fight? Floyd Mayweather is winning. I got $1,000 on it. It's an easy win, a knockout.
Are you going to buy the live stream? Are you going to buy the fight? Or I know there's websites you can get them for free, right?
I'm going to sixstreams.com. I'm not paying $50.
Yeah, buddy. Sixstreams.com. Is
And then
that what it's called?
when the fight's over, it's gonna be right there on YouTube.
But okay, so that's where you'll get the fight, sixstreams.com? Because I need to know. I don't
Oh
want to
yeah,
pay. Okay, cool. Dope,
you heard
dude. This
about the
made
big
the live stream way better, just knowing that I can get the fight for free. So who do you think is
right?
gonna win? Mayweather? What
Of
if like
course,
Paul just goes the entire way though? Like Mayweather wins, but like he goes, what is it, 12? Is it 10 rounds?
8 rounds.
8 rounds.
Paul never did 8 rounds. I don't think he got it in him, man. His endurance, he's too big,
But he's so
and based
big.
on the last fight, he didn't even throw over 180 punches, and now it's a longer fight. He's more of a defensive fighter for his last previous fights, but he can't be on defense going against the king of defense. So I say he's gonna be knocked out by the fifth round.
What got you into fighting? Like when did you start following boxing?
I mean, I used to do wrestling throughout middle school. I used to go on the high
Same
school
here.
team all the way up to 10th grade when my coach got fired because of this whole scandal where like one of the boys was touching another boy and the coach didn't report it, I guess. And, but he was like the best wrestling coach ever. And then we got some new younger coach who was just more of like a drill sergeant, didn't teach us no good moves. It was just doo doo. And he was like restarting. And I was like, bro, yeah, forget that. I used to want to be like the next Jordan. referrals or something.
I really like wrestling though. Like low key, I think it's the best like combat sport. You know why?
It's the hardest, man. It's the
You
hardest.
know why it's the best? Like I think it's better than boxing. I think it's better than MMA. But you know why? I think like wrestling's a superior sport because first off, you don't need any equipment like all the other sports. I guess MMA, yeah, you still need those gloves. But the other reason is because you don't concuss people. The problem with all the
Oh,
other
yeah,
sports, it's like those guys are gonna die like a really young life. Where with like wrestling, none of those athletes are like comprised. You know, like NFL, we're gonna look
exactly.
back and we're gonna be like, okay, we basically made a lot of money on these people, but we know that their life is gonna be shorter.
That's the main reason why I didn't take up on any offers as well. Because like I had an offer to go play, but then I like thought I was thinking about. I always thought about it because I took 1 year break on 11th grade year, and it was like the best break ever from football. It made me want to enjoy it senior year. And then when I was senior year and was getting offers and everything, I was thinking about all the old heads that are still playing football, and I'm like, bro, and I could just never see me being in my 40s, 50s, still playing on all these practices. And once you go to college, you can't even work. You can't do nothing. Like I was gonna have to stop working, stop getting the bag for 4 years for just a chance, a shot to be a dummy on the field. It didn't make sense for me. I was like, yeah, nah. And I was so lucky not to get injured, no big injuries. But with football comes, it's gonna come that big injury, and I was like, yeah. I mean, the worst thing I had was plantar fasciitis, is just really flat feet, which I had to get like steroid shots once a year in.
Wow.
But now I don't have that anymore. And it's just, I don't know. I get to save my brain. That's what I
I got
think
a
of it as.
wrestling injury, but I just rolled my ankle, so it wasn't that bad. That was my wrestling injury. My friend tore his meniscus wrestling. That kind of sucks. But most of the time, you don't
I used
get
to love
injured.
baby cradle about every other match. My quickest match, I set the record for my school. I had a match that was 11 seconds. Because, dude, it was like, oh,
You're
you
just
definitely don't know the
beefing like
school.
these kids. They're like, you're probably bigger and stronger. So you probably beat
Hey,
these poor kids.
he shook my hand. I'll tell you about the story when I wrestled a girl too. It's crazy. But he shook my hand, and as soon as we let go, he went in for like the fastest double leg in the history. But like, I was a king of sprawling. Like that shit was not about, like as soon as he did that, I was shocked, of course. But like he didn't execute it fast. Like he didn't drive up fast enough. So I sprawled on his ass, and then I put him in a bulldog with hand on his chin, other arm, and I rolled his little ass over straight into a pin. 11 seconds, and then damn, that's it. And then, but that night we had other people set newer, not they didn't beat my record, but they beat the old record. They were getting like 15 seconds. Whoever the coach was for that team was trash. But then I had to wrestle a girl next month, and I remember I had to go through the decision: either win and the team makes fun of you for beating up a girl, or you lose and the team makes fun of you for losing to a girl. And like, I was locked in, but I had to win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to. I put in like I think it was just a half Nelson on the ground, and it was crazy. But she was pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie, she was pretty strong. But there definitely wasn't that many girl wrestlers in the division in South Carolina, at least. So it was quite unfair. But supposedly she did beat some other guys, but I wasn't worried about that.
So
I only lost like two.
I actually
You
coached a
said dope.
girl. Yeah, I coached a girl that went to the state tournament of California. And what's funny is I coached for Newport Beach, Corona Del Mar High School, and this girl was so out of place in the state tournament because like everyone was just like super jacked and like yoked and like these chicks had like tats
Oh
and
yeah.
everything, and they were like, I think they were right out of jail, man. They were scary, dude. But yeah, she got her butt handed to her in the state tournament, but at least she made it.
I went though. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing no slams, none of that, none of that. I let her try to get her. I let her actually get a few points, like a few escape points. But I mean, that was also me just ranking up on more points for the team as well. It was weird, but no, wrestling's one of the hardest sports, man. Those are like the toughest 6 minutes of your life, especially if you're going to get somebody good. I remember I came second in states, and whenever I lost, it was the worst thing ever. Because here's what happened: like I had the chance to pin him, like I was over top of him, and I was trying to get his back down, but then we ran out of time, and then he got me, and then I was able to get out of it, but then he got me a second time on my back, and like I was struggling keeping my like shoulder off the freaking ground as hard as I could, and then I gave up for like 2 seconds, and somehow the refs just counted it, and I was like, bruh, like it made no sense. I was so devastated, especially since like that was my second match I lost, and it was in states. It was horrible.
But so you
And
you
then
watch?
I quit the track team after running the mile because I literally had no track experience. They let anybody on the track team, and so when the mile came, I was on JV, and I was like, all right, so I'm already faster than all these kids. My idea was I'm gonna lap these fools. I was gonna run as fast as I could and just gap them, and then like go. So I'll be so ahead of them. So when I have to tire out, I'll be ahead and shit. So I did that. I like smoked them in the beginning. Like I was like half a lap ahead of them. Then I started getting tired though, and I was like speed walking almost while running, and I realized they was still catching up super duper fast, but I didn't even have enough energy. So I went to like the third lap, and I just walked off and never finished it. Like when I came around the third time, I just walked off the damn track and didn't even finish it. I was so damn tired. And I kept the uniform. They were so mad I kept the uniform and all because I was just like, bro, forget that. I'm going home. It was
Did
funny.
you see the what's his name fought another wrestler, right? His brother, Logan Paul or Jake Paul. One of them beat up Ben Askren, and that guy's like a legit wrestler. Did you see that
Yeah, I
fight?
seen. Ben wasn't taking it serious though, man. He wasn't taking
Dude,
it
he got
serious. He
knocked
couldn't have.
out. You saw that knockout? It was brutal. What if that happens to Mayweather? What if that happens?
No, he can't touch Mayweather. He
Bro, it
might
could be
get
the
Mayweather.
biggest upset. The biggest upset in like boxing history against a YouTuber, dude.
No, man. Nah, he's a boxer. He's saying he's a boxer. He's a boxer now.
So what? He's
I'm just
had
like,
3 years of training, right? How long has he even been training to be a professional boxer?
it's been like 2 years, 3 years. The UK black YouTuber like KSI was one who started this whole thing by like calling them boys out, Jake and Logan, and then he dropped Logan, and then Logan goes on to fight the best boxer of all time.
Whoa. So who did Logan fight that he lost to?
It was this dude named KSI. He's a black UK YouTuber. And so when this whole thing 3 years ago with the content creators boxing thing happened, it was like UK versus USA, and it was Logan versus KSI, and it was so freaking intense. Cause like I mean I hated Logan at that point too. He was nothing but like an ignorant, like it just
My
came off
guy.
as like an ignorant back then. And he just had that suicide video where he recorded somebody in Japanese hanging. So he was hated by like everybody. So I wanted to see KSI beat his ass. And then KSI beat his ass. And then he
And
goes
now
on to
he gets
fight
to fight
Mayweather.
Mayweather? But his brother's
Yeah,
legit
and then,
then, right? Is his brother legit boxer? Because his brother's undefeated,
I mean,
right?
they both started at the same time, but his brother's actually undefeated. So I'd say Jake is more of a boxer than he is, though. Yeah, for sure.
So how do the brothers like? What's the personality like? One's older, one's younger, or what?
So Logan started off on like Vine, which was somewhat like TikTok a few years ago, and then he moved over to YouTube, and then just was dominating YouTube from everybody. He gained like millions on Vine, and then once Vine was getting shut down, he moved to YouTube and was like had a good editor he paid for, moved to Hollywood, and was linking up, and then he blew up his YouTube account that way. But he was so ignorant and like doing disrespectful, like you could see it in the past. And then Jake was his annoying little brother who was on like Disney Channel, but then he went rogue. He went rogue after like he left Disney Channel. He got fired from Disney Channel, and then like they once had like they made diss songs about each other. Like the little brother got with the older brother's ex-girlfriend and got it was crazy. It was a whole little thing. But it's insane.
And so that's why he was able to get like a deal because like I mean he's famous and he somehow convinced Mayweather. So like right or
Oh
how did he
yeah.
start the beef with Mayweather? What did he do to piss him off, or they all like planned this stuff?
Honestly, it should have been Jake to fight him, but he what did he do? I'm pretty sure it was just because the first fight they did with KSI, it brought in like broke like the second record, most used pay per view. And so once Floyd heard that, he's just about the money.
Wait, so they made a pay-per-view boxing match of two YouTubers and it brought how much money?
It was like I forgot exactly how much. They of course they lie about them numbers, but supposedly it was like the second highest viewed and paid fight in history at the time.
And now the
because it
sport
was
of
the first.
boxing is a joke because it's like Dogecoin. Like you have these like YouTubers
Yeah,
coming in and boxing people and making more money.
and that's why they got all these YouTubers and TikTokers boxing now. They got so many of them just lined up right after this
Dude,
fight. It's
we
gonna
should
be
do
whole bunch.
this. I want to do this, but wrestling and be like, yo, no one gets like a concussion. We should do a wrestling. It'd be hilarious to see content creators
Man,
try to wrestle.
that's what Logan was trying to do because he wrestled before. And somebody just said it's the undefeated fighter versus the never won fighter or something like that. That's funny because he has never won a fight. He's like 0-3.
So I thought his record's 1-1.
Nah, Logan, he lost all his fights.
No way. So why? So the only reason Mayweather is fighting him is because he's bigger. Like, what's the point?
The money. He said he was a it's a legal bank robbery. Quote unquote, he said it's a legal bank robbery. That's why he's doing it.
But the other guy's jacked and big. He's like jacked and big, right?
Lost to KSI, and that's what whenever he was going against KSI, he was way bigger and taller
But that,
than him, and he was using that as like cockiness. He was like, I'm gonna shred him, blah blah blah. And
I
then he
know, but
gets
now
beat
he's
up.
got like a year to train. He probably has a lot of money, so he probably got like a professional trainer and like he's younger.
I doubt it though. Floyd is too good. He's too good. He's too good.
He's gonna shock the
This is
world. Watch,
like,
dude, because he's young. Floyd is old, and like he's been
yeah. He's
like he
like
doesn't have anything else to do.
20
He's a
years older.
YouTuber, so all he does now is train for boxing. They probably give him steroids too. Like, is he like, dude? If I was fighting Floyd Mayweather, I'd be taking every freaking steroid, and I'd be like, whatever. Like, I just want to knock him out. Like, even if they catch me, you know.
Facts. But I feel like it also could be paid off. Like if
Have
Logan
you
had a
seen?
deal, if he doesn't win, he gets more money. You know,
Have
I
you
feel like
seen
you would take
Rocky?
that.
Have you seen any of the Rocky
Yeah,
movies? You
yes. I
remember
seen
the
the one,
Russian
the
dude on roids?
Russian guy. It was
That's what he should
brutal.
do. He should be like on roids, so he look like that guy.
I
Then he can beat Mayweather.
hope somebody said they're gonna bring back Jim Crow laws if Logan beat him.
No, dude, he's just a YouTuber, but it would be cool. Like, it would be funny to see like a Dogecoin defeat, Bitcoin. It's literally Dogecoin
Yeah,
versus Bitcoin. And
you
like,
seen that Bitcoin convention? Literally, it costed 1,500 to get in, and it was like so whack.
I don't know. I think you can do everything now remotely, so I don't understand going to Miami unless you're going to go see the fight. But the
Yeah,
technology
so
has
they paid
proven that.
1,000 for extra access, and it wasn't even that much extra. They had a VR headset. They had a VR headset back there for the extra people. It was funny.
But I'm sure like you can network. Was
Oh yeah,
were all the famous
if
people
everybody,
there?
yeah. I mean, Floyd
You can't talk
Mayweather
to
was
them,
there
right?
promoting
What was he promoting?
a shit coin,
Why doesn't he buy Bitcoin? But then I guess he makes more money if he promotes a. He should be promoting
a shit
Bitcoin.
coin, and he was talking about something, and the whole crowd booed him. Actually, they booed him whenever he
That's
was trying
funny.
to promote. And he's gonna talk about something. All right, I like that. That's what they said about Uber and Lyft. Like just talking out his ass.
Speaking of which, do you own Coinbase or Airbnb?
No, I don't own. I try to get Coinbase, but then I watched it like a week after, and it crashed after IPO,
But now
so
it's
I was
cheap.
uninterested.
You don't want to buy it when
It
it's
is.
cheap? It's cheap. Yeah, if it's under 250, I think it's a good price.
I mean, I would. They literally rob. Like if they're not, if the people aren't using Coinbase Pro and they're using the Coinbase, then yeah, because they're like robbing those key people.
Exactly. And all the big institutions, so like Tesla, they pay Coinbase to buy their Bitcoins. So like even the big
Oh
boys,
my,
yeah.
that's insane. But
What
yeah,
what app
I
do you
probably,
use? Do you have an app to buy your stuff?
yeah, I use Uphold and Coinbase Pro.
Okay. So with can you buy fractional shares? Does it allow you to buy like $10 worth of a stock or no?
Yeah, on Coinbase Pro, I can do fractional shares. On
No,
Uphold,
but
I
that's for
can't. I only
crypto
got
only. That's for crypto only.
yeah. I only got Uphold because they let me buy stocks that I can't buy in the U.S. I mean, not stocks, crypto, like XRP by Ripple Labs. You can't. For some reason I can't buy that on any other brokerage.
So you don't have a normal stock app? You just have only crypto then, huh?
No, I have a stock app. I use Thinkorswim by TD
Thinkorswim.
Ameritrade.
Oh yeah, by TD Ameritrade. Okay.
Yeah, that's the
That
main one
one,
I use.
can you buy? Can you? I think you can buy fractional shares, can't you? On that one.
Yeah, they did that. They put that in like by the end of last year.
That's dope. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, man, buy a little bit then. Buy a little bit of Coinbase, and then what do you think of Airbnb?
Definitely over the future. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
A lot of people are becoming digital nomads, so they don't own furniture, they don't own like anything, and then they just go
Oh
stay at
yeah.
Airbnbs.
I mean, I could see why. Because like a lot of places come furnished. Like a lot of places that are trying to attract the younger people. Like I live in an apartment near like the college, and it came like fully furnished.
Yeah, and there's like less stuff you got to worry about.
Yeah.
My
Except
portfolio is 95% Neo, 5% crypto.
the
Well, you should
neo
buy a
holders
little
are
bit of Coinbase and Airbnb and thank me later. Just put like 5 or 10% into Coinbase and Airbnb.
them neo holders are something else.
No, but that's a good stock. You know the Chinese government like gives them money. Like Neo will not
Oh really?
lose money. Like the Chinese government will just keep pumping them until they're profitable. So Neo's actually an easy money stock because the Chinese government cheats.
I, mean,
Like
I heard
they're gonna make sure that Neo is successful. They're not gonna
world
let like, huh?
the Chinese banks are taking over and buying up the whole world right now, bro.
I mean, I'm just gonna let you know that if a company is being propped up by the Chinese government, that's not a bad, not a bad deal.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's a bad deal, but I heard like they'll lend out lots of money to shit countries to like get their buildings built up, and then as soon as the shit company can't like start paying it back on time, they then just come in and own that whole city, like the
Yeah,
whole block.
yeah. But wouldn't you say that is what America should do? Like, why are we like, since Vietnam, why are we like killing a bunch of people halfway across the planet? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not related to Dick Cheney. Like, I don't make money on the military-industrial complex. Like if I was related to Dick Cheney, then yeah, I want endless war.
What time is the fight? The fight is at around 8 something. I think it's like 8:30 or 8. I don't know.
Yeah. But okay,
And then
if you guys want to make money off of the military-industrial complex, you should consider Boeing. That's a stock that makes a bunch of money off of the military. BA,
oh yeah,
Boeing. Yeah. But
where's my favorite spot?
what I want to know is how long are we going to be doing this? The military thing. Shouldn't we eventually be like China and just do loan sharking instead? Isn't that a better business than killing people halfway
It's
across the planet?
better business, but I don't know. I seen this one post. It was like these military dudes shooting like two guns at the same time, and then somebody put like the amount of money they're just wasting in that one clip above it, and I was like, damn.
Well, what's crazy is so we build these aircraft carriers that are like $5 billion, and like literally because of new technology, like a $10 million missile can like shoot down these carriers. So like it doesn't make sense to make these carriers anymore. But we spent like $5 billion, and we're like stuck with it. And like we
I
could
can't
legit
believe
get rid of all the
the
homeless people. Like we could give
those
all
are
the homeless people a place to live, but we build these
all
carriers.
that. They already know the U.S. would never do that.
Why is that? Oh yeah, because they buy our politicians. That's why. They give a lot of donations. They donate
And then
money.
I seen somebody post about California how they got a lot of those homeless people, and someone's like, "That's what happens when your state's blue." And it's like I'm pretty sure that's literally in every state has like hella homeless people.
Yep. But instead, the
Populous.
only thing, isn't it funny that like the only thing Democrats and Republicans agree on is endless war? Because the people that are
Oh,
paying them, it's the same people. It's
they're
like,
the
you
military
know,
that protects. People. It's like protect us. I don't
Yeah,
think anybody's really trying.
yeah. But I really hope Elon
But
Musk convinces every country, like, hey, instead of us like trying to kill each other, how about we just take all the money and we put it in space travel, right? That's what like the Russians and the Americans did, and we got cell phones out of it. The reason we can do TikTok, it's because of space travel, because they had to develop the technology for phones and like everything we have, the internet. It's all because of space travel,
oh yeah,
and then we don't kill
you know what I'm
anyone.
saying?
We don't kill anyone. We don't loan shark.
The viewers just spiked out
What do you
to
mean?
like 18 views nowhere
Uh, cool. But
talking about freaking. That's why
talking about what?
when we're talking about space,
Oh yeah, space travel. Yeah, dude. Because um, I think one day if like the old people start like we get I really feel like it's the old people that like the endless war. But I don't understand because like they went through Vietnam, right? Didn't they did we learn our
that,
lesson in Vietnam that like this is stupid? Like let them do whatever they want to do because we can't control it. I think the Taliban is back in what's it called, right? They're back in Afghanistan, right? It's like
yeah, they
Viet
are.
Cong we couldn't get rid of, the Korean War, like North Korea's still there. Like why
Someone
don't we
said
loan shark? Just loan
doing
shark.
that.
It's way
That worked.
better. I want to own like that's my thing. It's like we could have literally owned all the oil in Iraq. We could have just been like loan shark people, you know? If we didn't like Saddam, just give him loans you can't pay back. That's what the Chinese
Speaking
would have
about,
done.
I seen like a this movie on Netflix called like All Girls and stuff, and like it was talking about like the kidnappings and trafficking of women with oil leaders and stuff like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's another thing that Democrats and Republicans agree on is Saudi Arabia. Like they literally like behead people and like women don't have rights. Women weren't allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia. But we're like, oh, we'll keep doing business with you guys. No big deal.
Right.
And we're like, oh, we're about democracy. We're gonna kill Saddam because we want freedom and peace, but like we're gonna let Saudi Arabia do whatever they want.
Facts. They
Yeah,
pick and choose.
because they got the money, man. Money. Cash rules our politicians. We legalized, bribery, donations. So everyone sells out eventually, right? Everyone's a sellout.
Of
I feel like
course.
everyone on TikTok, eventually, when you get enough followers, you sell out. You start making money off your followers.
I Look, whenever I got banned, I sold out instantly, bro, to get the views and to get my followers up since I was banned from live and everything for no reason. I was like, I forget it, man. I'm gonna be a sellout. And then I made this shirt. It was a Stop All Hate shirt because like there's a whole bunch of Stop Asian Hate shirts in production in Asia. Like it's if you go Google, it's like hundreds of shirts you can buy from drop shippers making Stop Asian Hate. So I was like, forget it, man. Make a Stop All Hate as like a rhetoric to how there was a stop or there's like a all lives matter to Black Lives Matter. When they're trying to focus on one thing, you make it about everything. So whenever they're trying to, I had to sell out. I sold out, and I was like, instead of stop Asian hate, why don't we stop all hate? And I made that shirt, and people was calling me a sellout this time, but it's like I had to do it. TikTok done got on my ass. I had to become the villain, you know. And I'm like, when I'm the villain, I'm gonna own up to it. You know, I'm not gonna hide it. I'm gonna
How
own
much
up
money
to
did
it.
you
I'm
make? You're an entrepreneur,
huh,
man. You're a businessman. How much money did you make
right?
selling the
I
shirts?
only made I made like $200, and then I posted it again, and then made like 30.
Nice,
If
nice.
I would have spent on it and things like that, because that's still because like literally the supply for the Stop All Hate shirts, you can go on Google and type in Stop All Hate shirts. There's nothing that pops up there. But if you use a Stop Asian Hate shirt, there's like hundreds and hundreds of them. And so
Well,
like there's a you just got to get the people behind that movement, which I'm not doing because hell no, they're gonna put me at the face of like the Black Lives Matter movement if I make too much money off of that.
I'm gonna go
Like
have
for real.
dinner with Annie. Annie just made me a bunch of bomb ass Chinese food, so I'm gonna end my live stream. But check him out, man. He's got great content. I love your
I
investing
appreciate
stuff. Your investing stuff is the
every
best.
follow
And then,
the
hey,
right
so
guy.
hold
Go
on, the
follow
stream, this live stream. So what is it called again? So I can watch the Mayweather fight.
Six Streams.
Okay, six
Com.
stream. Thank you. I'm gonna go watch that.